When the Princess of Wales stepped back from the public spotlight, most people expected royal fashion energy to slow down. But the opposite happened, because suddenly everyone started paying attention to someone who had been right there the whole time, Zara Tindall. For years, she was seen as the relaxed royal, the Olympic equestrian who preferred practicality over pageantry. But recently, something shifted. Her style sharpened, her presence felt stronger, and every time she appeared, people couldn't help noticing that she wasn't just dressing well, she was stepping into a whole new league, quietly positioning herself just behind Kate Middleton in the royal fashion hierarchy. And some fans even whisper that she might eventually outrun her altogether. Zara's evolution didn't happen overnight. Early on, her wardrobe reflected exactly who she was then, grounded in the countryside, deeply connected to equestrian life, and never trying too hard to impress anyone. There were more relaxed silhouettes, softer shapes, and a clear focus on comfort and function. But as the years went on, and as her presence within the monarchy naturally grew, her wardrobe grew with it. The practical foundation stayed, but it developed into something sharper, more structured, and far more commanding. Suddenly, Zara wasn't just blending in at royal events. She was standing out, without even trying too hard to do it. And that's exactly what made people look twice. Now, when Zara steps out, it feels intentional. The streamlined tailoring, the bold jewel tones, the sharply structured coats, the signature knee-high boots that have practically become part of her identity. They don't just look stylish, they radiate confidence. There's strength in her clothing choices, there's presence, and it's this polished yet effortless vibe that has slowly placed her right behind Kate Middleton in the royal fashion conversation. Meanwhile, fans and fashion watchers point out that while Kate's style defines classic royal elegance, Zara's adds something different, a modern edge, a grounded realness, and the kind of chic that feels powerful without being loud. What makes this transformation even more fascinating is how authentic it feels. Unlike many royals who rely heavily on stylists, image consultants, and carefully curated fashion teams, Zara has always been known for keeping things more real, more personal, more instinct-driven. Reports suggest that much of what she wears reflects her own taste, her own lifestyle, and her own confidence. That authenticity resonates in a way that scripted glamour sometimes doesn't. It feels relatable, it feels lived in, it feels like someone who understands fashion but doesn't need fashion to define her. And that authenticity is exactly what keeps people watching. But that wasn't the whole story, because as she refined her wardrobe, something else happened. Her influence quietly grew. The more polished she became, the more dependable she felt within the monarchy. Even without a royal title, even without the traditional princess narrative, Zara has become one of the most admired presences in the royal circle. Fans love that she represents a different kind of royal, independent, accomplished, grounded, but still incredibly stylish. Every public appearance started creating conversations. Fashion pages began highlighting her looks. People who barely noticed her before now lean in to see what she'll wear next. And while Kate Middleton remains the ultimate royal style benchmark, Zara's rise has created a thrilling dynamic. It's no longer a one-woman fashion world. Some fashion watchers even speculate that this evolution mirrors something deeper. They suggest it shows her growing confidence, her maturity, and the space she's naturally carving out for herself within the royal world. She's not trying to compete. She's not trying to outshine anyone. She's simply becoming more herself. And in doing so, she's unintentionally becoming a fashion force. And that's what makes it powerful. No theatrics, no forced reinvention, just quiet growth that suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. So now the big question hangs in the air. If this is where Zara Tindall's style journey has taken her so far, how much further can she go? Could she eventually stand on equal ground with Kate in terms of influence? Could she even surpass her in certain areas of modern royal fashion? No one knows for sure, but one thing is clear. Zara Tindall's fashion evolution hasn't just elevated her wardrobe, it has elevated her presence, her narrative, and her place in the royal spotlight. And if the past year is any indication, her story in royal fashion is only getting started, and what comes next might surprise everyone.